Zach, obviously the big turning point last night was the second period there. Dallas had 3 goals. From your perspective, what happened and why were you guys not able to kind of stem the tide earlier?
I mean, it's playoff hockey. There's momentum shifts. You just have to do a better job of managing them, obviously. It was a great first period for us. They pushed back, as you'd expect any good team to do. That's, as far as we are now. So we just didn't push back quick enough. They obviously got 3. I like the way we finished the second. It gave ourselves a chance to go out and win a period, and obviously we weren't able to do it.
What does pushing back look like, Zach? What's the definition of pushing back when the team's coming?
Yeah, I think it's just establishing your game. I think that's the key. Like, I think whoever gets to their game for longer periods tends to win it, right? At that first period, we were on our game. We were controlling the pace. We were controlling the game. Then they push back, and then they're imposing their game on us, right? So I think it's getting back to when that happens, just simplifying things and making the right play and getting it behind them, slowing them down, and then the momentum shifts, and then you can start to take over. And yeah, I think it's just about getting whoever can get to their game the longest wins.
How did the Dallas defend differently than maybe LA and Vancouver did?
I mean, I think they stretch the rink. Like they trust their D to make a play, and their forwards are at the far blue line almost, it seems, right? So they trust that their D is going to either rim it out or elude one guy and make a long stretch pass, and then they try to get behind us, and then their D try to try to get ahead of the forwards coming back. So they try to odd man rush it, a little different than the 2 teams we played previously.
They're not as physical as the last 2 teams. Is that something, or are they? It doesn't look like it's more.
I mean, they're just faster. Like, they're fast. They stretch the zone, so it doesn't seem like there's a ton of ozone time on either side. I think there's more rush opportunities both ways than in the previous series. They're just faster.
Their ability to block shots has been a talking point in this series and getting kind of sticks on shots. How big of an impact do you think that's had on you guys? And if you think it's a big impact, what can you do to kind of counter it?
I mean, everybody's blocking shots. Teams we played before are blocking shots. I think it's, if you can take a step and get around a guy to shoot it, then that helps. But this time of year, everybody's putting their body on the line.
Zach, I keep hearing that you're about the 3rd guy who said we got it to a tie game after 40 and you had to win a period. In an NHL dressing room, are you focused more on how you got to that period or the fact that you've had a couple third periods here where it's been tied and you haven't been able to get the goal?
No, I mean, I think the key to the playoffs and having experience is understanding that not every game is going to go on script and being able to manage emotions through a game, right? I think after the first, you come in the room and you're ecstatic with how the period went, right? And they're probably the opposite. They're like, they're not happy with how the period went. And then, halfway through the second, they score 3 goals in 4 minutes, and they're ecstatic, and we're like, what just happened? Right? That's just the way the playoffs go. And we got a goal at the end of the end of the second there to tie it, and then it's a brand new game. It's they had one period that was great, we had one period that was great. We flush it, and it's like, let's go win a period. And obviously, I thought it was close third. Like, they got the goal, we didn't, and we hit the post. Vinny came down, and Leon made a great play, hits the post. That's hockey. We got to find a way to find that next one, and if they get it, we got to find a way to push back and get it. But you don't sulk on it.
Zach, how do you feel about the looks you're getting?
I mean, I think we had looks on like this past game. We've had looks. Obviously, there hasn't been as many, so it's hard to get into a rhythm when you have 1 or 2 a game. But it's our job to go out there and produce and score.
And to follow that up, the amount of power plays that you've had, not very many, like you said, you feel a lot more pressure to produce when you don't get that many.
No, I think we just have to go out there and get our looks, and at worst, gain momentum. I mean, we can't complain about the penalties last game. I don't know if they had a power play, or they had one maybe at the end of the game there with 4 minutes left, but yeah.
Leon discussed just, it seems like, at the evening of the game, you're down, but you wake up the next day and you're home and it's only 2-1. You kind of look at the positives more the next morning than maybe you do the night before.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Dallas is a great team. Like, they're give them credit. They're a really good team. but we're a great team. We're with them the whole way. It's 1-goal games every single game. There are times in the game we absolutely dominate, and there are times in the game where they're dominating. So there's nothing to be upset about. There's nothing to sulk about. We've been in this position before. We have a great opportunity, Game 4 at home, to send it to best of 3. And I think that's the mindset that everyone should have is, what an opportunity we have in the Western Conference Finals to make it a best of 3. So we're excited.
Zach, you've taken some douche bombs to the body. How did last night's rank?
It was fine. It's fine.
Inside your knee?
No, it's okay. It's just in the leg.
On the couple of face-offs, whether it's with your dad empty, offensive zones, or key things, is there some stuff you can clean up there and maybe be a little tighter in retrievals and such, or that kind of thing?
Those are kind of battles within the battle. Just you got to go and try to win them, try to win the draw. If you don't win the draw, try to make it a dirty puck so that they can't get a look at the net. But just, we all have to dig in. Wingers have to dig in to help with the centers. Centers have to dig in. It's just, it's kind of a scrum